Hey there, welcome back to the channel. This is Wildcard Journeys. I'm your host Eric, and on this channel I hit the road to make videos about the paranormal, various urban legends, or whatever might be out there on the road. Now this week I happen to be in Austin, Texas, the state capital, right? Okay, I'm learning all this as I go. And tonight on this episode I am taking a haunted tour with Haunted ATX, their lead guides, Jane and Bert. Now, what are we going to be seeing? Can you give us an idea of what we're going to be checking out today?
Well, tonight we're probably going to go to two of our locations on the tour. We're going to start out at Littlefield House, also known as the Haunted House of UT. And then we're going to go to the Tavern. It's a haunted sports bar at 12th and Lamar, because why not? We're in Texas. Of course we're going to go to a haunted sports bar.
Ghosts need a drink too.
Exactly. The spirits are among us. So.
Wow. You know what? That's just corny enough to fit my channel. I do like that. And on top of all this, on top of being a tour guide for Austin's premier ghost tour company, she has her own YouTube channel.
We're Unearthly, History and Paranormal Investigation. I'm Jane. This is my husband, Bert. Our other team member is our channel medium named Lauren. Together we go around to different spots around Austin, the Hill Country, and the USA, and see where the history and the paranormal line up with one another.
Awesome. And locally, I mean, there's so much paranormal in Texas. It's like you could have just a channel just for the state alone and not run out of anything.
Absolutely.
But they also went to Marfa, Texas, okay, and got some of the best footage I've seen of the Marfa lights. If you're not familiar with it, it's a small town in the middle of nowhere, and just outside it has these crazy lights that appear on the horizon. Nobody knows where they come from, and even people that go out there to film videos don't always get them or don't always get good shots of them. Your footage from that video is some of the best I've seen anywhere, like from professional documentaries on Discovery Channel. I mean, your stuff was even better. I'm like, it was constant. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one.
Thank you.
And I'm not jealous at all that they got there before I did. No, I'm jealous of here. Not on this channel.
Oh, man.
So let's say we get going and we take a journey.
Great. Welcome to Littlefield House. Now, before we talk about this beautiful structure that quite frankly looks like it was built to be a haunted house, I want to draw your attention to the clock tower over here. Now, Austin is home to America's first mass shooting. August 1st, 1966, a man named Charles Whitman climbs to the top of the clock tower and goes on a shooting rampage. What I didn't know when I first started telling these stories, I thought he only shot from one location, but what he actually did was he brought a fully loaded footlocker up to the top gallery area, which the gallery is, if you look at the clock face, just below the clock face, that wraparound porch is known as the gallery area. What he did was he set up loaded guns all the way around the gallery area and went from gun to gun to gun, making kill shot after kill shot after kill shot.
That's military training right there.
Exactly. He was sniper trained. Now, altogether, he killed 16 people that day, injured 44, and left a really dark mark on all of Austin's history. We know a lot about his body, his brain, and his life because they were studied extensively by science after his death. But for the purpose of our tales, we know that he was an avid daily journaler. And in the days and weeks leading up to his attack on Austin, he would often talk about a swirling dark presence up above the clock tower, almost like a tornado, drawing all of his energy and attention over to it. Now, if you rewind back about 30 years, over on this side of the street, Alice Littlefield, the lady of Littlefield House, up in that tower on this side of the house, also keeps a daily journal. Now, Alice died in 1935. The tower was completed in 1937. But when she talked about the construction of the clock tower in her journal, she talked about a swirling dark presence up above the clock tower, almost like a tornado, drawing all of her energy and attention over to it. Now, could it be a coincidence that two people 30 years apart in waking life, no known human connection, wrote verbatim things in their journal? Absolutely, but you're on a ghost tour, not a coincidence tour. Back over to this side of the street. So, Littlefield House is...
Yeah, I remember that one. That's a good one. Like,
she's witty, that one. So they also built the first women's dorm across Whitus Avenue over here. Still a very traditional female dorm to this day. Only girls allowed inside, and apparently around Halloween every year the girls whip out a Ouija board and try to summon Alice Littlefield. Yeah, that's how you get a dorm room full of demons, by the way. PSA to you. They also, if you think about it. Now, we don't get to go inside, but if you want, you can look inside like a creepy voyeur, like I tell everybody to do. So we all get to be creepy a little bit.
I'm a YouTuber. That's kind of in the job description.
Exactly. Now,
that's pretty cool. I like that.
that's really cool. That's George Washington Littlefield. So you see the G, the W, and the L. Now, so a lot of people ask me on the tour what makes Austin so daggum haunted. Great question. Here's my TED Talk for that. We have 3 things here that make us pretty ripe for the paranormal. First is we're sitting on a large bedrock of very quartz-heavy limestone. Limestone is known to bring spirits in, and quartz makes them a little more active. I'm a teacher, so I love metaphors, so here you go. Think of Austin as one big pinball machine. The board of the pinball machine is the limestone, and the bumpers in the pinball machine are the quartz. We know that when a pinball interacts with the bumper on the pinball machine, it makes it move more quickly and more erratically. Same thing when the ghosts interact with our crystals and the quartz. The way that the light interacts with the quartz makes the ghosts a little more active. Is it sadistic to think about dead people bumping into each other? Yes, it is, but don't deny yourself giggles in this life. The other thing is, we have a lot of underground running water here.
Wow.
Now, I don't know if you know anything about Romanian vampire lore like your tour guide does, but say it's a typical Tuesday, you're running through the forests of Romania and something evil's chasing you. What do you do on a Tuesday? Go to the grocery store? Boring. So if something evil's chasing you and you run over some running water, or cross over some running water rather, that evil thing can't chase you. I don't know why that is, I just know it is that it is, and I don't question ancient things.
I've heard that running water cancels out magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that before.
Absolutely does, yeah.
And
there's a whole lot of mystical things that water does, especially when you get into stone tape theory and stuff like that. It's pretty amazing. The other thing is all of our railroads around here are still made out of iron. For some reason, when the rest of the country swapped over to steel, we were like, we'll take that budget cut, that's fine. Iron, again, draws spirits in, but it draws in positive spirits and pushes out negative spirits. It's whenever you're on like an older historic Texas home tour and you notice they have a big iron star somewhere near one of the main entryways, that's a good indication that they're superstitious and want to keep bad energy out of their house. It also works like the bottle trees that you'll see around Louisiana. They're always made out of wrought iron, and the bottles at the top interact with the ghosts the same way our quartz and our crystals do. Isn't science fun? Let's go to our next location.
Who says you can't bridge science and the paranormal?
They walk hand in hand.
You just did that right now.
They walk hand in hand. They've got to.
That's awesome. Okay.
Let's go to the bar.
Awesome. Let's go to the bar. I like that. And of course, we're not going to get around Austin in a normal car. That's boring, okay? I'm getting in a hearse. Hopefully for the first time. I know it won't be the last time, but this time it's by choice. Ooh.
Comes back from the back bedroom. She's got a portrait of the lady that's in my childhood bedroom. Same bright blue dress with the high neck and the floral lace detail. Same hair that's swept up in an updo, with the blonde flecks in front. But her grandmother had died before she finished the portrait, so the face wasn't finished in it. And
Okay.
Right? And so I think that's why I could never get a good look at her face, because she was showing me the last way she remembered herself.
Okay. How weird is it? I just got chills sitting in the back of a hearse.
Then I'm doing my job.
Okay. Wow. Yes, I'm riding around Austin in the back of a hearse. Why would that seem strange to you? Tell us what we have here.
So what we have here is the structured light sensor camera, SLS camera. It's good for ghost hunting, of course. So if anything comes in contact with those dots that is like a human form, it will map it up here, which is...
Oh, this is the one with they have like the stick figures.
Yeah, the little skeleton figures, yeah.